Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would just talk to you guys about what's been going on in our lives. It's been a while since we caught up and I feel like a lot of things have happened. Um, but first, before I get into that, I just wanted to thank you all for being here. Whether you have liked videos or subscribed to the channel or have left comments, having you all here has really meant a lot to me. The last couple months I've gotten some really nice comments just how people have been enjoying this channel and look forward to the videos, which I really appreciate you saying that, because a lot of the times I feel like I'm just um, putting out ridiculously boring content that no one is gonna watch, or I don't know, even enjoy. So it definitely makes a difference, especially the comments. Just knowing that you guys appreciate the content I'm putting out. I definitely get imposter syndrome a lot, where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I even tried this. It's just so dumb. But those comments make me feel like I'm actually um, doing something worthwhile. So thank you very much. And it's also inspired me to leave more comments on the videos of creators that I really like, because I always like their videos, but I'm usually hesitant to comment. But knowing how much they've meant to me, I'm really starting to try and comment more on their videos as well, and just spread the love. So thank you all again. The biggest and definitely saddest news that I have to share with you guys is that Charlotte finally passed away earlier this month. Um, she had been doing really well, and then at the beginning of April, she just was not feeling good over the weekend. And so we took her into the vet that following Monday. Um, and the vet sent us home with some medicine, but she said even if it did work, we might only have a week left with her. More realistically, she thought we only had a day or two left. So we took Charlotte home, and it was definitely apparent that night that she wasn't going to get better and she wasn't doing very well. So we took her back that Tuesday and said our final goodbyes. It's been like 2.5 weeks since we lost her, and it's been really hard on both of us, which we knew it would be. Um, we've had her. We got her Easter weekend 14 years ago when she was just a 7.5-week-old puppy. So she's been with us the entire time. She's been our forever puppy. We don't have children and don't plan to, and she's definitely our child. Um, and it's been really hard adjusting to life without her. I knew the grief itself would be really hard to deal with because she has meant so much to us, but I did not expect how lost I would feel. A lot of both of our energies went into making sure she was taken care of, and would go on family walks and keeping her fed and just spending so much time with her, that now that I don't have that time with her, I don't know what to do with myself. Um, we Before she passed away, we just have been taking things slow and at her pace, so we didn't really make any plans for this year or even like the future, just knowing that we were going to take care of her for the rest of her days. And now that we're on the other side of that, I don't know what to do with myself. Um, we've been going on, like, we've been trying to have a similar routine as to when we had Charlotte, as far as like daily walks that we would normally go with her, and just trying to get out and do stuff. Um, and it's been hard because she's not with us and we're doing things that we would have normally done as a family, but it's also been hard because I will start to make plans of, oh, we could do this, and then I just keep thinking like, oh, Charlotte's really gonna enjoy this, or it's too bad that she's not with us. So I keep having thoughts of just like Charlotte in the back of my mind. And then when I remind myself that it's going to be different without her, it's hard to figure out what to do at the moment. I know a few weeks ago I was saying that I felt stuck, and I feel like with her passing, it's definitely added to that feeling. So I'm really just trying to enjoy the day to day until I figure out what I want to do long term, whether it's like, um, future trips and adventures, or just like long term where we see ourselves like settling down. Everything's pretty much up in the air, and I'm trying not to like I I don't like I usually don't like not having a plan, but I'm trying to just let this portion of our life just kind of take us wherever it's going to at the moment and not force anything or think too hard about anything. I think I really just need to try and focus on what brings happiness on a daily basis, because I definitely struggle with that. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do. One thing that my husband and I have been discussing, and we've discussed this for years, is whether or not we'll get another pet. Um, just because no other dog or any other animal is going to replace Charlotte. She's definitely one of a kind, and um, we we don't want to rush anything. So for the moment, we don't really have plans to get any other pet. I do eventually want to get a cat. I've wanted one for a really long time, but I don't think that will happen for several months or even a year at least. Um, I this will be like the first time in probably my whole life that I haven't had a pet, and I just want to kind of embrace that, both to honor Charlotte, but also just I spent 14 plus years taking care of her, and then our other pets we've had together. Um, and I think I just want to like focus on us and not have to worry about like another being, as far as being fed or entertained or keeping us up at night. I think I'm really trying to just embrace what we have right now. But having said that, I really have a hard time saying no to animals. So we'll see. We'll see how long I last without getting a cat, because there was one at the vet's office that was for adoption that was adorable. And if the timing had been right, I would have scooped him up immediately. But it was while Charlotte was sick, and we wanted to focus on her. So it just wasn't right for me and the kitty. But if the right one were to come around, I think I would definitely change my mind. But for now, no plans on um, any sort of pet. Otherwise, my mom came to visit last weekend. It was a spur of the moment trip. We hadn't planned on getting together, but when I told her about Charlotte, she immediately wanted to come. Um, not only because she was sad about that too, but also she wanted to see our new apartment, and just it's been since September since we saw her. So she came by herself this time. Usually she brings my Nana, but it was just her, which was really nice. It was a very laid back couple days with her. We mostly just caught up and did a little bit of shopping, but mostly we just vegged on the couch and watched a ton of movies. We watched all four Bridget Jones, which I had been wanting to have a Bridget Jones marathon, but um, that was totally unplanned, but really fun to watch with her. And then we watched Austin Land with Carrie Russell, which was really hilarious. I rented it from the library last month and watched it with my husband, but I really, really liked it. So when my mom came, I rented it a second time. And that one I will probably end up purchasing because it's a good funny flick if you like Jane Austen and kind of parody movies. And Jennifer Coolidge was in it, and she was hilarious. So that's kind of what we did with when my mom came. We also took her to the farmer's market because she loves doing that when she's here. And then we took her on all of our favorite hikes around the neighborhood so she could really see, like, not just our place, but also the new spot that we live in. I think she really enjoyed it. So that was fun. So yeah, like I said, right now I'm just kind of focusing on like living in the moment each day, which has been really hard, not just since Charlotte's passing, but it's been hard for me this whole year. I just, like I said, I kind of feel lost and like I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm just trying to pick daily things like going on walks and reading a lot. I just read The 7-Year Slip. Don't remember the author's name, but that was a really good book. If you are dealing with your own grief and having a hard time letting go, there were a couple passages in that were really what I needed to hear. I was reading it basically the weekend that we were saying goodbye to Charlotte, just coincidentally, and it was a good read for that time. But if you have read it or just want to look up the passages I'm talking about, I think they're on page 304 in the very last page of the book. But just really nice sentiments about if you are losing someone close to you. Since I've been having a hard time trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life or what I just want to do on weekends, even, I made myself a little spring bucket list, and I made one for each season. But I made myself a list of things that I would enjoy doing this spring. I don't have to do them. They're more of like a menu of options to look forward to each weekend so that I don't just sit at home and do nothing. I think getting out and about will really help me respark my creativity and what I want to be doing, and just maybe finding like a path to wherever the next chapter in life is going to take me. So I'm really trying to check a couple things off every week or every weekend. And I've done a few things already. Like we went and saw the cherry blossoms at the state capitol. We took Charlotte with us. It was a few weeks before she passed away, so that was really special to take her with us. We also went to this wetland area. It's called Talking Waters in Albany, and it's really cool. It's like this big marsh that leads from the water treatment facility to the Willamette River, and it's basically once the water treatment facility is done processing and filtering the water before it goes back into the river, it passes through these wetlands, which cools the water down to the correct temperature. And it also acts as a natural filtration system. So that way, when it gets to the river, it's pretty clean. It doesn't sound cool when I talk about it, but it was actually really amazing. It was all these cool marshlands, lots of cattails, lots of different algae and wildlife. We saw like a dozen different bird species, and then there were turtles. It was really pretty. They did a really good job landscaping it, and there's tons of trails you can walk, and it's dog friendly. And so that was another thing we did right before saying goodbye to Charlotte. So it was really nice. We got to do a couple of these things with her. Went to the farmer's market when my mom was here, and then on our porch we planted a fig tree that we got from one of the local garden centers. We at our old house we had a really big fig tree on the side of the yard, and we looked forward to getting figs every year to make jam and chutney. And so that was one of the things I thought I was going to miss this summer. So we bought a little fig tree. It probably won't produce any fruit this year, which is okay. I just wanted it so that we could take it with us wherever we go. I've also discovered that I really like matcha lattes this spring. I've tried matcha before and didn't really like it, but I really like matcha lattes. At least at this one coffee house in Albany. That's really cute. Next time I go, I'll take you guys along with me. But I think matcha lattes might be my new favorite fun drink. Um, just because it's like semi-sweet and not overly so, and it feels like it doesn't have as much caffeine as some other drinks, which I really don't do well on caffeine. So really been enjoying that. I never really understood what the whole big deal with matcha was. But now I'm starting to, now that I really like this, how it's prepared at this one coffee shop. We have a couple other things planned. We want to go hopefully camping next month in May for the first time this spring. And then what else? What else are we up to? I finally want to start getting back into some artwork just for fun. I have these two empty picture frames above our bed that I want to fill, and I thought I wanted to get some like flower market prints that I saw on Etsy, but now I'm thinking I might make something myself that's a little bit more our style. So I'm gonna work on that in a few weeks, and yeah, just kind of like explore different creative outlets. Hopefully, go on a couple mini trips to like towns around us that we haven't explored before, and just kind of make the most of this time. I've heard someone refer to like, instead of mini vacation or like mini adventures, they call it, I think it's called micro adventuring or micro something. Anyways, I really like the idea of that you don't have to like do a whole big adventure if you want to go explore. You can have like a micro adventure where you just go down to the river and have a picnic, or go to a new coffee shop you've never been to and read a book, or go to a flower garden and buy a bouquet of flowers. So those are the kind of things I want to do this spring and probably into summer. I will definitely take you along with me when I do those things. And tonight is Friday, so since the holidays, we started doing like a Friday family game night with just my husband and I. But we haven't really been doing that since we moved. So I think tonight we're gonna bust out a new puzzle that we bought. So I think we're gonna run to Home Depot and get a board to make like our own little puzzle board, because even though I really like doing puzzles, but I don't like them left out. It looks cluttered to me when you're not working on it. So I want to make a board that we can just slide under the sofa when we're not working on it. So I think that's what we're going to get up to tonight. But yeah, thanks again for coming along this journey with me. I'm really glad all of you are here. Again, if there is any suggestions on what you want to see from this channel, let me know, because yeah, I love your suggestions. And if you have any like adventure ideas, or like you want to see my routines in the morning or whatever, just let me know, because I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. But thank you again for all the kind words and for supporting my channel, and I really appreciate you all being here, and I will see you again next week.